Working with heavy machines comes with potential danger. The errors are expensive, and every misstep is industrial-sized. Today's video isn't just a compilation, it's a masterclass on how not to do it. Stick around for unbelievable footage and a closer look at what went wrong in these high-stakes situations. In Suzerain, Russia, this electrician narrowly escaped disaster after explosion started in an electrical substation. Out in the Mumbai high offshore fields, where precision is king, things took a very unexpected dive. Literally. This is the LTS-3000 pipelay vessel, and mid-operation, a mechanical failure caused it to crash. This is what happens when moisture meets molten steel. It's a recipe for chaos. Thankfully, no one was injured. This is every operator's worst nightmare. A catastrophic failure during a heavy lift operation. At Pier 20 in Taiwan, disaster strikes as a newly docked barge accidentally collides with an onshore container crane, sending it crashing down into the water. In the heart of Panama, a crane disaster unfolds as a massive crane, mid-lift during construction, suddenly topples right in the middle of a busy street. At the 2012 Stein Expo Trade Fair in Germany, a Moxie MT41 dump truck had a little trouble on a demonstration run. Business as usual on the construction site turns into chaos in seconds when this weak slab gives way. Luckily, no one was hurt. Here's a jaw-dropping incident on a construction site where both an excavator and a crane fall into a ditch during work. As the heavy machinery falls unexpectedly, it looks like a perfect storm of miscalculations and poor ground conditions. During basic military demonstrations, the unexpected can happen, like the AUF-1 self-propelled gun rolling over. In a dramatic turn of events at Durban Harbor, South Africa, a Cat 793 dump truck falls aggressively onto a ship during loading. What was supposed to be a routine move for this helicopter quickly goes sideways. Bulldozer driver Vova Yakuza had a horrid day in the snow. In this intense scene, liquid iron, about to be converted into steel, leaks all over the factory. You can almost feel the heat from your screen. In what could only have been caused by a lack of concentration, this forklift driver narrowly escapes disaster. In this shocking incident at the Busan Newport Container Terminal, a gantry crane collides with the Milano Bridge, causing significant damage. During a bridge construction project, a crane topples after a miscalculation in its balance weights. Thankfully, no one was injured. This has to be the worst time to get a brake failure.
¡Bote lampón! ¡Bote lampón! ¡Bote lampón, hey!
Quick example on why you never smoke around fuel. Poor planning caused this crane to almost tip over. This excavator was working in one of the toughest terrains when this happened. Luckily, the driver was unharmed. A misroll at a steel mill in Pakistan caused dramatic chaos. In this clip, we witness a dangerous situation unfold during bunkering operations in Singapore as bunker fuel begins to overflow from the tanker. Things go sideways for this dump truck while unloading gravel. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Watch as a tower crane collapses after reaching its maximum lifting capacity. This controlled failure was conducted by a Swedish company as a test. Everything was going ahead as planned in this facility when out of nowhere. Thankfully, no one got hurt, but that could have ended very badly.
All right, hurry up, get off that tire.
Wrong trailer, wrong truck, but got the job done.
That's good.
On February 7th, 2013, the Proton M rocket decided to abort mission shortly after takeoff. This crane driver thought it would be a routine lift, but sometimes work mistakes happen. While laying huge blocks for construction, this driver had a close call. Whether it was due to improper securing or equipment failure, the sight of these steel giants crashing down is alarming. A routine equipment loading takes a sudden turn as a grader tips over while loading onto a transport vehicle. There are work mistakes, and then there is this. Two cranes are tasked with lifting a third crane out of a ditch. All seems to be going according to plan until one of the lifting cables suddenly snaps under the strain. This truck driver had a bad day at the office. I mean, what did he think was going to happen here? This clip captures a dramatic moment at a steel mill. A block mill misroll sends molten steel flying across the facility. Thankfully, no one was hurt. As this truck struggles with the narrow, muddy road, the weight and instability prove too much to handle. Now this is something you don't see every day. A knuckle boom crane is hard at work installing an antenna when the unexpected happens. As a heavy charge is hoisted into position, gravity and imbalance cause disaster. Three cranes attempt to lift a massive metal roof in what should have been a carefully orchestrated operation. But as the roof begins to sway under its weight, disaster strikes one by one. After this Caterpillar D8 got stuck in the line of duty, it needed a friend to bail it out. The LCT AYU-78 ship was caught in a storm. Luckily, the 13-man crew survived, but the ship did not. Now that's a very expensive accident. A sewage truck carrying its less than glamorous cargo suddenly bursts under pressure.
Вот говно и пролилось. Ты записал? Да.
During an excavation project, this building's retaining wall is gracious enough to give a light warning before a final quick crumble. As this crane struggles to maintain control, the worker is just inches away from disaster, dodging the falling weight in the nick of time. In this clip, we see a dangerous moment during the dismantling of a crane beam. As the crane is lifted, the textile slings unexpectedly break, causing a dramatic failure. Now this should be the final driving test at every truck driving school. This structure, filled with dry corn, gives way under pressure, and the intense heat ignites the grain, turning a routine harvest moment into a serious disaster. In this 2-for-1 disaster, a crane attempts to lift a heavy load, and the operation fails, damaging both the crane and excavator.
Пизда рулю.
In mere seconds, an aluminum plant is engulfed in flames as sparks from molten aluminum ignite nearby materials. These two workers narrowly escape after a robot machine malfunctions. A dump truck delivering gravel raises its bed just a little too high, straight into a nearby power line. While discharging heavy cargo, things can go horribly wrong. In this intense clip, a heavy lift floating vessel crane meets a catastrophic failure in what can only be described as early retirement. Here, a bulldozer faces a disastrous plunge after a rigging failure during a lifting operation. A A routine docking operation takes a disastrous turn when a cargo ship collides with a massive gantry crane. Two colossal maritime giants, drill ship Chitra and the deep sea fortune rig, collide in a dramatic offshore mishap near Mumbai. This 100-year-old bridge refused to go down without a fight. It even took a backhoe loader along for the ride, just for good measure.
Oh.
Chaos erupts on the factory floor when a machine malfunctions, sending molten metal flying in every direction. Without proper monitoring, this coal drill begins to wobble under its own weight, losing stability. Moments later, the setup collapses with a resounding crash. This tower crane had a day to forget during construction in windy weather. These shipping containers decide to play the wrong type of dominoes. A critical wire break occurs during a lifting operation, sending the load crashing down. Thankfully, no injuries occurred. This mobile crane failed during a critical lifting operation, most likely due to overload. Luckily, no one was injured. In this clip, a supply vessel capsizes inside the port while loading. The crew members' quick reactions saved their lives. See the terrifying moment the container ship Express Pearl was engulfed in flames, reportedly due to an explosion on board. Luckily, all 25 crew members survived. A risky attempt to unload 100 tons of steel with 3 forklifts goes sideways. Literally. This dump truck accidentally drives into a high-voltage power line. What happens next is even more shocking. In this shocking footage from Vietnam, a steel coil crashes down onto the truck cabin, completely crushing it. The spring back shown here in simple terms, is when a material that's been bent or stretched tries to return to its original shape after the force is removed. In a mishap of epic proportions, this truck strikes an overhead clearance barrier, causing significant damage to its cargo area. This BG crane toppled during loading as the crucial parts were not dismantled before the move.
怎么要这上屁股上？超级扁！
As this tractor approaches the end of the slope, it attempts to apply the brakes, but they only affect the tractor's axles and not the low loader, causing it to slide back. During a beam lifting operation, this worker gets a very close call. Plastic wrapped to a pallet and swung around with a forklift. What could possibly go wrong? A quick example of idiots on a forklift. Don't click off yet. If you love our videos, subscribe now and hit that bell. And wait, there is more videos for you right here on the screen. Just click on the one that grabbed your interest and enjoy. See you there!